Welcome back to the Black Hills and Eastern Railroad, everybody. Today we're catching up with the switch crew in Sioux City, Iowa, running the BN211, a little SW12 switcher working for the Burlington Northern on putting the grain train together. Before we get too far into this 7th operating session in a series here on my channel, I wanted to talk about CBQ Waycars. If you run into a CB&Q fan and call it a caboose, he's likely to ask for your railfan card back. I began patching out former Hill Lines cabooses or Waycars to their Burlington Northern numbers or their corresponding Burlington Northern numbers here a couple of years ago. You guys might remember that CB&Q or Chicago, Burlington, and Quncy gave the BN its Burlington.
Chicago, Burlington, and Quncy, everywhere west.
That happened in 1970, but my dad actually shot a picture of a CB&Q Waycar patched out to Burlington Northern in Sioux Falls in the late 80s. I was probably with him that day, but I don't specifically remember him taking that shot. So I've got a fun little exercise I want to run during this episode here. These two Waycars here are not the only CB&Q Waycars that appear in this video. I want you to watch closely as we move through this video and move through the yard here. I'll give you a hint. The car that I'm talking about is not necessarily painted silver. So when you spot that, leave me a comment in the comments below. So for now, we're going to get back to operating. The brakeman will get down and pull the pin between those two cabooses, and we'll head back to the south end of the yard to tack this Waycar onto the grain train. I'll put a link in the description to that video that I did of the little 211 way back when here on this channel. We're going up the yard ladder now and going to tack that Waycar on to one of this set of cuts of grain cars. Here's an overview of the yard from the south end, and now we're headed back towards the tail end of the train here. Boom. So what we've got is two tracks here. The 83 track and the first yard track are full of this grain train that we're going to be shipping out today from Sioux City. We'll walk up to the head end here and then take a look from the north, looking south here, of those two cuts of cars. Once again, the brakeman gets down and pulls the pin. The engine pulls away, and I believe that's it for the switch crew today. They'll take that engine back and put it in the barn, so to speak. At least tie it up in the engine facility anyway. I originally meant to have sound on that little unit, but it worked out that there wasn't really enough room, and I wanted to keep all the weight in there that I possibly could. So here's a quick overview of the power in the facility. Then we've got the road crew getting on their power and getting it ready to take the train out of town. We have a U33C. This is an Atlas model. That's a factory painted model. We've got an SD40. That's a straight SD40. That's a Kato model. That's a custom paint by me. And then finally we have the famous 6430 and SD45, the Burlington Northern's Hustle Muscle. Great Northern unit before then. The big power is going to pull all the way down to the south end of the yard on that run-through track. I'm going to feature this power set in an upcoming video. We're going to take a look at each one of the engines and look at what makes it special and what I've done to each one of these separately to give them personality. That's a Kato SD45, by the way. So we're hooked up to the first cut of grain cars here. These big engines will pull that out. And we'll actually be running down through the Sioux City CNW yard. That probably wouldn't happen in reality, but in reality, this is reality model railroading, as Burr Stewart says. Here we are down in the Sioux City, the head end is down in the CNW yard, and we're shoving back to get that second set of grain cars and the Waycar on the very end of that. So let's count them down. Two cars, one car, half a car, 15 feet, 10, 5. That'll do. Okay, so then if you don't mind, we're going to walk the train back from the head end back to the Waycar. And then once all of our air test is done and we've got time and track, we'll be heading out of town. I think I'm going to do a quick YouTube video of also these grain cars and what makes them special and what I do to each one of them to get up and running and make sure they run decently on the railroad here. So the power's pulling out. Say if you noticed any Waycars other than just that silver one from CBQ or Chicago, Burlington, Quncy, there was another one. Let me know in the comments below if you saw that one while we were walking through the video here. If you have any other questions or comments regarding this whole operation, leave us a comment on that too. Subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.